Let me show you a demo of each tool and how they work. So as you can see, I'm in the tool body launcher. Here in the tool body launcher, there are two tabs, the tools tab and the about tab. So now let's go through both the tabs one by one. So the first tab is the tools tab. Here you will see a list of all the tools that ToolBuddy has, like the file sorter, image cropper, photo editor. All these tools are listed over here. You can just click on the button of the respective tool and it will open it up. Next is the about tab. Here you'll get to know about the developer, the coach of the developer, and about the app itself. So you can see the developer is me over here, Trisha SS Belman, and this is my coach. And this is about the app. You can see all the tools over here, and ToolBuddy is a collection of utilities designed to make your digital workflow more efficient. Now let us test out all these tools. So the first one is the file sorter. Just click on it to open it up, and you can see the file sorter has opened up. Here there are two tabs, the file sorter and the file unsorted. So you can either sort files as well as unsort files. The unsorting will basically move all files from subfolders back to the main folder, and it removes the empty subfolders. But the file sorter, let's say you have a folder with different types of files and you need to sort them up according to their file type, then the file sorter will check if this is an audio, if this is an image, if this is like a video. It checks for that and accordingly it groups them and sorts them. So now let's test this out. Now let me show you the folder that I'm going to use to test this out. This is how it looks. Here you can see I have an SVG image, I have two images, I have one video, one audio, and one PDF document. So now let's see if the file sorter can sort all these different types of files out. So let me click on this browse button. Okay, so you can see here I have to select the folder, which is this file sorter testing. And let me press the select folder button. Now you can see it tells you how many images there are, how many videos there are, how many audio there are, and how many documents there are. And the total amount of files is 6. Now let's press the sort files button and see the magic. Now when we're seeing the magic, let me just show you the file explorer as well, so that you can just see it happen in real time. Here like this. Now let me press the sort files button. There you go, sorting complete. And you can see all the files are sorted. The audio is in the audio folder, the 3 images are in the images folder. So now let me show you the unsorting feature. How can you unsort the files? So to unsort it, just press the unsorter, browse the folder and unsort files. Now all the files are moved back to their main folder, and you can see that is exactly what has happened. All the files are removed from their subfolder and placed into the main folder, and the subfolders are deleted. That is so nice, right? Now let's test out the next tab. So the next tab is the image cropper. You can see this is the image cropper over here. Let's click on it to open it up, and you can see the image cropper has opened up. Here, there are many controls on the side. In these controls, you can upload the image, save the image, crop the image, reset it, and also set an aspect ratio if you would like a specific aspect ratio, like 1:1 or 16:9 or something like that. And you can see there is also 3:2 and 4:3. So you can choose between all these ratios. So now let me upload my image. So you can see I have uploaded an image of this girl. Now let's say I want to crop out just her upper body and the cat. So to do that, I can just select that area like this, and it shows which area you're selecting with this red rectangle. Maybe about this much. And you can also move it maybe right here. Let me draw it again. Something like that. I think I want just her face, just this much. Okay, there you go. Now you can press the crop selection button to view the cropped image. Like this, you can see. Now this looks really nice. That's cool. I think we should crop it just a little more. About that. There you go. Now what we can do is we can press the save button to export this, or you can also reset the image if you want to do the entire crop again, like this. And now we can use the aspect ratio feature. So let's say you only want a square, which is 1:1. So you can just draw a square and it locks you to a square. You can't draw anything else. Look, I'm moving my mouse as much as possible, but it only allows to do a square. Similarly, I can do for other aspect ratios. And also, let's say you chose a 16:9 ratio. Now you can see this is a landscape. This is landscape, and you want portrait, which is 9:16. So for that, you can press this swap ratio button, and now if you draw, you can see it is a portrait image. So I think I'm gonna draw it about this much, or full body, just that much. Now let's press crop selection. That looks nice. Now let's save the image, and now if I go to that folder, you can see that the cropped image is right over here. That looks so nice. And now if I check it in the preview pane, it is the exact image cropping that we had done. Let's move on to the next tool. The next tool is the photo editor. Now the photo editor is a little special because there are many different things you can do inside the photo editor. Let's open it up. And you can see this is how the photo editor looks like. Now you can upload your background and subject, and make sure that the subject's background is removed. And if you don't have an image whose background isn't removed, then you can use the background remover tool from ToolBuddy, which I'll show you in just a second. Now let me upload my background and subject. Okay, you can see this is gonna be my background. Now let me upload my subject. And you can see I have uploaded my subject, which is this girl's image. Now I need to make this bigger, the background. So to make it bigger, what I can do is I can press the scale up button in the controls panel to make it bigger. I think about this much is okay. And now I want to increase the size of the girl as well. So about this much is good. And if you want to scale it down, just press the scale down button. So about that much is good. Now what am I gonna do in this leftover space? Well, in this leftover space, you can add some text. And to add text, just click on this add text button. So let's click on it, and this text comes. Now just position it wherever you want. Double click on it, and over here in this text option, just change the text to whatever you want. Let's say this is going to be about maybe this nice dress she's wearing. You can see it's like a nice black coat. So let's say it's gonna be Black Coat. The company name is Black Coat Co. So I'm gonna put Black Coat, and let's increase the size like this. Just position it right over here. And now you can add multiple text as well. So let's press the add text button, and this text is going to be Co. Now you can change the color of the text by pressing on this color button. And now let's say it's going to be light pink, neon pink. So that's our Black Coat Co text. I know it's a little hard to say the word like Black Coat Co, but it's okay. So that's our Black Coat Co text. Now you can add more text. So let's say the next text is gonna be many colors. In many colors. So it's like an ad we are making for Black Coat Co. And keep it somewhere over here. In many colors. And now let me add another text which is gonna be here. And it's gonna be rice Let's say this is going to be in dollars. So it's about, let's say, $10 or maybe 20 because it's a quote. So $20. And this we're going to rotate the price tag like that. And now I'm going to change its color to white. That's nice, right? So now you can see just using the simple photo editor, we've made a nice ad. Now let's move on to the next tool. So the next tool is the background remover. Let's click on the background remover to open it up. And now here I can upload the image. So here you can see I have uploaded this image over here. I can press this remove background button to remove the background. Just like that. And look at it. It's so nice. It was just like in one click it removed the background, right? Or manually it would take a long time, isn't it? Now let's say the background removal wasn't perfect. Here you can see there's a little bit of rough edges. I can press this erase area button, increase the brush size, and just erase that area a little bit. You can see it's not that visible because the background removal was already perfect enough. So I think that's enough. So you can see that using the brush tools, you can manually add or remove areas from the image if the automatic background remover wasn't able to do that. Let's move on to the next tool. The next tool is the bulk file renamer. Let's click on it and you can see the bulk file renamer has opened up. Here I can browse the folder and you can see these are the files that I have in the folder. Now I can select all the files and rename them to whatever I want, or I can select individual files. So let's say I want to name the car, cycle and food. Let's say vehicles, like the vehicles. So now all these three images will be named vehicle 1, vehicle 2, vehicle 3. So now if I press rename selected, you can see now they are vehicles 1, vehicles 2, vehicles 3. Similarly for these photos. So instead of photo 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm gonna name it vacation photo. And let me press rename selected. It renames that to vacation photo 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Now let's say I want to name the solar and the 3 R's to renewable energy, and let me press rename selected. It renames it to renewable energy 1, 2, 3, 4. And also I think we forgot to do for the plane, so let me select all these 4 again and name it vehicles again. Vehicle. Rename selected. Now it's back again. Vehicle 1, 2, 3, 4. So nice, right? Now let's move on to the next tool. The next tool is the auto capture tool. Let's click on that. And now what let's do is, you might be wondering, what does the auto capture tool do? Well, the auto capture tool allows you to take snips automatically, right? So let's say you are trying to take snips of maybe some type of YouTube video and you want to take the screenshot of specific moments, but you don't want to press snip again and again. So this auto capture tool will help you a lot. You can choose the snip delay. To set it up, for each snip you need some setup time, right? So the delay will be the setup time. Let's say it's a 3-second delay. Then there is number of snips. So let's say we want to take 3 snips. Now you have to choose the export folder. Where do you want to export all these snips? Now you have to select the region of where you want to take the snips. So let's say we are gonna take the snips of maybe this area or maybe this entire tool body screen. So let's press select region and let's select this. You can see that thin red line, that area. Now let me press start snipping. 1, 2, 3. You can see it's gonna show this pop-up over here. It's taking the snips again and again. Okay, successfully captured 3 screenshots. Now let's check. You can see all the 3 snips have been taken. 1, this is the second snip, this is the third snip. That's cool, right? Yeah, I know snip 1 and 2 are the same thing, but still, it has taken all these 3 snips. Now you can set the snip amount to however much you want and the delay to also however much you want. So now let's move on to the next tool. The next tool and the final tool is the duplicate file finder. Let's click on it. And this is how it looks. So here you have to select 2 folders from which the duplicate file finder will scan for duplicate files. So let's choose the folders from which we want to scan for duplicate files. So now before we select the folders, let me quickly show you the folders so that you know what's inside them and so that you can compare it. So this is folder 1, and here you can see I have this cute dog, this cute kitty, and this dog in the forest. And now let me show you folder 2, which is this. Here we have the dog in the forest, the same image from the previous folder, and an eagle, a polar bear, and a white tiger. So now the duplicate file finder should tell you that the dog in the forest is in both the folders. That means it's duplicate files. So now let's see if it's going to scan for duplicates. So now let me select the folders. Now let me press the scan for duplicates button. And you can see it's telling you that dog in the forest is in both the folders. Now you can either delete the dog in the forest from folder 1 or you can delete it from folder 2. So let's say we're going to delete it from folder 2. Now you can choose to either move this to your trash bin, which is the recycle bin, or you can permanently delete it. So I think we'll just permanently delete it because we don't even need it. So let's press the delete selected button and one file's deleted. Now let me check in folder 2 and you can see the dog in the forest image has been deleted from folder 2. But it is still there in folder 1, which is the good thing, right? So that means it was able to scan all the duplicate files and delete them according to what we told it to do. And you can also see that it's not gone to our recycle bin. It has permanently deleted it. So those are all the tools that you will find in the Tool Buddy launcher. And make sure to try this out. It is really helpful. And also stick around for part 2 because in part 2 I'll be telling you why I created this type of logo for Tool Buddy.
Check the description below to try Tool Buddy.